So I'm just here in my front entranceway. There's crutches in the back. Nobody's injured. I was just using those for another video that I did. I'm going to give you some exercises for your shoulder, and I'm going to incorporate some stuff for your back, if that's okay, your back and your hips. I know that you're going to be doing stuff while you're away, but just to be sure. So just get things ready here. All right. I have a list so that I don't forget what I'm doing with you. We'll start with your shoulder. So you can put a pillow under your head so that you feel like your head and neck are in neutral. So what's important when we're dealing with the head and neck? I'm gonna move myself this way. You're gonna see my upper body while we're doing shoulder, and then you're gonna see my lower body when we're doing head and neck, or when we're doing back. So pillows under the head, you wanna make sure you've got your chin 1 fist distance from where your collarbones come together. So if your chin is way up here, or if your pillows are too high and your chin is here, it's gonna be hard on your neck. So you're lying down in a comfortable position. In your case, you're gonna take folded towels or folded blankets. I don't have any right now, so I'm gonna use this pillow under that right arm so that it's not starting from such a tough point. Elbows are bent, and you're gonna do lift up, and we're gonna do 10 of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you're going to keep your elbows straight, fingertips pointing up towards the heavens. I like to do both sides, so it helps the brain. Imagine you're painting the ceiling. Shoulder blades gently draw down into the floor, and you start with small circles. And I want this not to hurt, Sophie, so your circles might stay quite small for quite some time, or you might have to bend your elbows a little bit. That's okay too. But the idea being that you're not flopping the wrists around, not flopping the elbows around, and you're really just painting small circles. They might even look like eggs up on the ceiling. And then in the other direction. So somewhere between 6 circles in each direction and a maximum of 10 at each time. So that's called a reverse, what is it called, Anna? A reverse, starts with a C, it'll come to me later. I love this brain on Remembrance Day. Okay, so that's those two. If this one gets easy while you're away, you can add a small weight, 1 pound, into your hands, maybe even 2, and do it as a modified little bench press. And same with the circles. If that gets easier when you're away, you can add a very small weight, like a 1 pound weight, to do those, all right? So then you're going to find your Dynavant. I have a yellow one here somewhere. Here she is. And we're gonna put that loop band so that my thumbs are out. So in the first version, I'm just gently pressing out. So you're not gonna see much happening if I turn myself towards you. You know, there's a bit of a pull, and that's all there is. And I'll hold for 5 seconds and relax, and then I'll repeat. Hold for 5 seconds and relax. Repeat, hold for 5 seconds and relax. 2 more times. So I might do about 5 of those and relax. And you can certainly do as many sets as you want. So I might only be doing 5 at a time, but I might come back and do a second set and a third set, and then relax. And then same thing, you're gonna pull apart and reach up towards the ceiling and come back. And maybe you will do 5 of those. It's always better with the shoulder to do, to break it up initially and do fewer repetitions. So you might do 3 sets, but you might do it as 3 times during the day initially, but then as it gets stronger, you can do your 3 sets all at once. Excellent. And then the last one, in lying down in this position, is up and over your head. Now, only stay within the pain-free range for now. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. And here comes 5. Beautiful. So that is your shoulder lying down work. Now I'm going to move my body so that you can see my lower body. So I'm going to scooch up. So for your back, you're going to do your basic bridges. So feet are hip width apart, feet are pointing forward, hands are by your side. Think about engaging the abdominals, tucking the tailbone under, scooping up, And if the back is sore, your range might be small. If your back isn't sore that day, your range might be higher. Whatever you've got, you'll do 5 to 7 bridges just like this. Then you're going to add a loop band. And that loop band is going to go around your thighs, so above the knees. And you're going to first do supine clamshells, pull apart and come back together. Try not to let your body rock and roll. I'll put my hands on my pelvis sometimes so that I can feel the steadiness. I'll turn myself a little bit so you can see that's what's happening. Now, oftentimes when we do both legs at once, what we are unaware of is that one leg is working harder than the other. So in the second round, we hold one leg steady and the other leg opens as far as we can. Both legs are working. This one's working as a stabilizer, this one's working as a mover. So hold the left one steady, steady, steady. Open the right one as far as it can go with nice control in both directions. And you would do all of your reps, so 5 to 7. And then you would repeat to the other side. I'll just do 1 or 2. I have a harder time controlling, so you might notice I can't get as far with this one. And it's more so that I can't control my right leg. It's not that I can't move my left one, it's that my right one can't control as well. You'll feel your abdominals working. Third version, press into that band, keep the pressure in the band, sink your weight into your heels, lift up and keep pressure on the band. And as you slowly come down, keep pressure on the band. So it's a banded bridge. And you might do 5 to 7 and eventually up to 10 of those, remembering that you can always do a second set and a third set if you are feeling you have more endurance. So we'll call that 7 because I forgot to count. Okay. And then I'm going to ask you to do some long leg pull downs. So this will be good for your hip and your knee. So I have one of these loop bands. If you decide you want one, I think we still sell them at the clinic. I can certainly order you one, but you can also just use a flat Dynaband. I just don't have any at home. So I'm going to use my right leg so you can see better. So I put the band in my, as a stirrup. And first I'll do what we call a short leg press, like Pilates reformer press. You'll notice my elbows are tucked in by my side. So there's 2 reasons why we're doing this exercise. One is you're strengthening your shoulder stabilizers. 2, you're strengthening your hip and knee. So it's just a nice press straight and come back, okay? While the elbows stay tucked in, unmoving, because your elbows are your anchor points. So you'll do 10 on your right leg, and then you're gonna go move that strap a smidge, straighten that knee as much as you can. So if your leg has to come down in order to get the knee straight, let the leg come down. From your start position, pull down, and then come back up. A long leg pull down. So remember from the reformer, we do both legs at once, but in freestyle here, if we do both legs at once, we're going to be in big trouble. So we don't, because it's a lot harder for the spine. So you'll do your 8 to 10 of those. And then that is that for that portion of your hip and back. Sorry, I'm caught. So for your shoulder then, we're going to pretend that my sore shoulder is my left one so that I can face you. You're then going to go onto your side. And remember how we just did a turn out. And what's really important is that you don't lift the arm. You keep your elbow tucked in. At some point in time when you're away in Hawaii, you might notice it feels better to have a pillow or a towel in between. But for now, you didn't like that. So just right down and you just lift up as far as you can without going into pain. And we even did a 1 pound weight yesterday and you were fine with that. So you would do 10 to, well, maybe 10 of those would be enough. If you can get comfortable being on your stomach while you're away, I would have you add, remember from Pilates and yoga, mini cobras. So my hands are by my shoulders and they're pressing me up. and slowly coming back down. Pressing up and slowly coming back down. So you might just do those in your bed eventually. And if you can't, Sophie, then you'll connect with me while you're away and we'll give you a different version of that because it's important for spinal strength. Okay, in seated. In seated. Now you don't have to sit cross-legged like I am. You can just sit in a chair. So you're going to have your band, elbows are down by your side, shoulder blades are tucked in, and you're doing the same thing we did in lying down. Gentle press out. You'll do 10 of those. Then you'll go a gentle press out and a reach forward. In Pilates, we call that the offering. Anywhere from 5 to 10 of those. And then we're going to go up and over. Stay within pain-free range. And you might notice that with the more repetitions you do, the less painful it becomes in the shoulder and you might be able to get further range. But we also did it in lying down. So that's your homework to start. All right? Talk to you soon. Bye.